once Big Ten play starts, you got a slugfest on your hands.
Going on the road to Big Ten is as hard as anything in college basketball.
The Big Ten is the best conference in America. We want to win the Big Ten outright. That's what we plan on doing.
Well, I have 5 children. Richard's in the middle. I try to discourage all my children about going into coaching. He said, I want to be a coach. I said, big mistake, big mistake.
I would be a liar if I said that being his son has not been a huge influence on where I am today. It's opened a lot of doors. I'm not sure I'm the head coach of Minnesota if my last name isn't Pitino.
Now, everybody in our family called him Richard, but his wife always called him Rick. Around our house, we would have none of that. There could only be one fool, and that's me. We didn't want to label that with Richard. So it's funny how it turned out, and he did go into coaching. It's a kind of ironic in that way.
People always ask me, how similar to your dad as a coach? Well, you're looking at one guy who's got like 30 wins, and the other one's got over 600 wins, is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I think it would be like the most egotistical thing in the world to say I'm similar to him. Certainly when I watch some film, yeah, the mannerisms are a little bit of the same. I'm sure there's a lot more similarities than I think there are, but he's 61, I'm 31. I grew up differently than he did, so we've got a lot in common, but a lot different as well.
People have looked up to me as a leader since a young age.
Yogi just had that magnetism about him, and he was the guy that always wanted to make the play.
I handled the pressure when I was younger through my dad. He basically just talked me through each day, whether we were working out or in the game. Kind of just, mellowed my mind.
Yogi is one of those guys that has a very powerful mind, and when he puts his mind to something, then he's very capable of accomplishing it.
Ferrell inside to Cody, puts it up, scores the basket.
I thought it was very evident, based on the role that he played and the role that he accepted here as a freshman with all the other great players that he had around him. He didn't have to score as much, he didn't have to take as many shots, but he had to get the ball to the right guy.
My role last season was setting different guys up and learning from the veterans, Jordan, Christian, Cody, and Vic. And it helped me along the season. They taught me a lot. That's why I feel like, I'm definitely more confident in this season.
It wasn't one of those things last year where those guys said, you're the new guy, you're the freshman, we take the leadership role. They respected him as a person, and they respected him as a player, and I think that helped him grow and develop.
He is a sponge with the S capitalized. He wants to be great. He wants to learn. He never acts like he's got something figured out, which sometimes is his detriment, because he doesn't always understand how demanding his game allows him to be. For an 18-year-old, he's got the mindset, he's got the upbringing, he's got the maturity, and he's got the desire. Now all we've got to do is help him get the skills.
I've seen a lot of different teammates throughout my time here. Manny Harris, Deshaun Sims, Darius Morris, Stu Douglas, Zach Novak, obviously. I have actually recently started to get teased a little bit, being called the old man. I remember I had a conversation with Glenn Robinson, and he was like shocked that I was here when E'Twaun Moore was playing at Purdue. And he was like, "Well, you were playing when E'Twaun was here? Like, wow."
He actually came to school here at 17 years old, and his body composition wasn't that of an athlete yet. And now if you look at him, he looks like a linebacker in the NFL. And he also thinks the game now. There's just been this great growth of what it takes to be a winner.
Indiana can take the lead. Yogi Ferrell works down by Burke, bounces into Cody, puts it up, scores!
I don't think we had any timeouts, and I just remember telling Trey get the ball.
10 seconds, 9 seconds.
I set him a screen to get him some leverage towards the basket. He shot the first layup.
Burke got a drive, a lean with a left hand.
being right there and tipping the ball and seeing it sit on the rim for a minute, and it just fell out. And it was like, wow, it was just shock, you know?
Oh, it curled off! And Indiana wins it. Wow.
I think that miss, though, led to I played poorly in the Big Ten tournament, which led to me not playing at all almost in the NCAA tournament.
You had a kid in Mitch McGarry, a parade All-American, choose that particular time to elevate his play at the really expense of Jordan Morgan's playing time, had to be a challenge.
Jordan was looking over his shoulder when he was in the game with a bad ankle. Am I doing okay? Am I going to stay in the game? There was no recovery until we could really get to this point where he wasn't looking over his shoulder again. And unfortunately, it happened with Mitch's injury, where now that's why he's playing so well right now. He knows his value to this team. Getting his confidence back is something we've worked at, but he's worked harder at it, and he's really done a great job with it.